Fellas, what is going on? Welcome back to the Fragrance Fraternity. Hope you're doing well. Hope this video finds you in good health. I have 10 cologne recommendations for spring 2024. These are the best 10 cologne fragrances that are going to have you smelling amazing this spring, may even pull you a compliment or two. Some newcomers, some repeats, some classics, a good variety for you here. So let's get started with Fragrance World Francique 63.55. Shout out to Joel Matrix, he's the one who put me onto this fragrance. This is a clone of BDK's Gris Charnel, an expensive niche fragrance. And this one gets really close to it, surprisingly good in terms of accuracy to the original. Kind of eliminates the need for me to even get the BDK. I love this one so much, and every time I've worn it, I had a great experience. It's a very calming type, soothing fragrance, kind of like a Close Encounter type fragrance. It's got this black tea note. It's got a fig note to it. It's got some cardamom to it. It's a great fragrance that just chills you out, puts you in like a calming mindset. It's the kind of fragrance that you want to just go up to the person and give them a hug. It's like a cozy, feel-good type fragrance, perfect for the evening or winding down or like a lazy Sunday, like a chill type day. It really fits that perfectly. It is marketed as unisex, but it doesn't smell all that feminine to me. I think a guy can definitely pull this off, and maybe even leans masculine a little bit with that cardamom and the lavender that is featured here. I believe there's also a little bit of fig here, so just a really nice blend of a bunch of different notes that I really enjoy and that you probably will if you find that you have similar taste to mine. This is Francique 63.55, kind of a weird name, but it's a clone of BDK's Gris Charnel, the EDP, and it is an excellent fragrance. Next one up we have is called Oud Royal, which is cloning Creed's Royal Oud. Very creative, I know. I think this bottle looks pretty classy and pretty nice. So this is a very woodsy, heavy, dominant fragrance. This is a masculine, man's man type of scent. Sandalwood to the max. Get great performance out of this little guy, and I've only worn it a couple times because it is pretty new, but this is the type of fragrance that kind of beckons to be dressed up a little bit. You can wear it with a more casual outfit, however, I think it suits a more dressed up appearance a little bit. So if you're the kind of guy that wears a suit and tie to work, or even just like a polo like this would pair really well with it. If you're looking for something masculine that performs well, that smells like a much more expensive Creed fragrance, that has that elegance to it and that class, you might want to check this one out. Gets pretty close to the Creed. I've only tried the Creed once, so I can't exactly tell you how close it is, but just from what I remember, this one does come very close. Very sandalwood heavy fragrance, and a little bit creamy as well. Comes across beautifully in day or nighttime. Another one that is kind of like, it means business. It's really got that power to it. So Oud Royal, Ministry of Oud, aka I believe Paris Corner. Next one up we have is really freaking good, guys. This is Fragrance World's F Le Parfum. This is cloning YSL Y Le Parfum, and immediately when I got this, I fell in love with it. If you like blue, fresh shower gel, modern smelling, kind of like Ambroxan heavy scents with a nice apple sweetness to it, and a little bit of a powdery touch to it as well. A really beautiful blend here. This thing lasts a long time. It smells very close to Y Le Parfum. I actually love this fragrance so much when I got it that I pulled the trigger and got Y Le Parfum. I was like, dang, I like this clone so much that I kind of want the real thing now. And I was shocked when I got the real Y Le Parfum, how close this is, and also how, I mean, it's, the Y Le Parfum is a little bit fresher, I would say, even than this. This has a little bit more spice to it, like a little bit more heft to it. And the quality is pretty similar because they are both quite synthetic fragrances. Obviously the YSL does have a little bit better quality, but man, for the price, this is a steal. This is a great fragrance. I think this will definitely hold you over. And if I had to go back in time and I had to decide whether or not I would get the Y Le Parfum again, I'm not sure. I'm not going to go all the way and say that I like this one more than LFA Parfum, but damn, this is just a great representation of it, and even maybe improves on it, dare I say. So LFA Parfum, if you enjoy the YSL Y DNA and you want that on a budget, this is such a great value purchase. I love this one. I wear it around the house all the time, and I think I'm going to end up reaching for this one more so than the real deal, just because of I like to wear these clone fragrances around the house, and I work from home a lot, so as far as what I'm going to be using, I'm probably going to use this more than the original. I just kind of wanted to have it for the collection's sake, and just to kind of say that I have the real deal as well. Anyway, LFA Parfum, beautiful representation of LFA Parfum. Can't recommend that one enough if you like that sort of DNA. Next one up we have, let's change it up a little bit. This is Porto Naroli, you know, cloning Tom Ford's Neroli Portofino. Cool looking bottle here, looks really nice. It's like a straight rip-off of the Tom Ford. The only gripe I have this one is this cap. This really annoys me when these caps like don't slide on and don't click into place. But as far as just having it on your shelf, looks pretty nice. I get a lemony dish soap type smell from this one. You also get some white florals going on, and this like soapy cleanliness from the clean Neroli woods coming through. This one does lean unisex because of that, you know, floral component that it has. It's not like super woody and masculine in that way. And it is one that is a little bit more situational for me. I kind of have to be in the mood for it. I do get this like lemony dish soap type smell to it, which I'm not always in the mood for. And one other thing, it kind of reminds me of Fruit Loops for whatever reason, that cereal that we all grew up loving. And yeah, so if you want to get your Toucan Sam on, if you want to get your Fruit Loop scent going, try Neroli Portofino. There's another one called Neroli Canvas that I've heard is better than this one, so you may want to check that one out. I have not got my nose on it, so I can't lie to you and tell you that it's better, but this one does the job for me, and maybe you want to check out Neroli Canvas too if you're a really big fan of the Neroli Portofino scent profile. Let's keep it going now with the next fragrance that has been catching some hype, and for good reason. This is Lattafa Vintage Radio. I've been talking about this one for a while, so I will take credit for building the hype around this one, even though I'm not like some crazy big channel. You know, I'm not, you know, influencing that many people, but hey, whoever's watching, I appreciate you, and you are part of the best smelling fraternity in America. So shout outs to you, the viewer. I appreciate you guys being here. This one has a beautiful plum note. It's got this creaminess to it. It's also got some sandalwood to it. It is a clone of Initio's Paragon. I did smell Paragon a couple of weeks ago, and I was shocked at how close this gets to it. Quality is on point here. Performance is on point here. It is perfect for the springtime. I think this is going to just pull you a lot of positive attention because it is a little bit different than what people typically wear. It is a little bit different than your typical designer fragrance, especially what's popular now. It's got this nice creaminess to it. It's got this nice like fluffiness to it, along with the sweetness coming from the plum and woodiness. It's just a perfect blend all around. I really love the way that this one is done. It's another one that will probably put you in a good mood. It'll uplift your spirits if you enjoy this scent profile. It is easygoing, easy to pull off, perfect with like a white t-shirt, and has a bit of character to it that you don't typically find in fragrances, you know, all that often. So it is interesting. Lattafa Vintage Radio, highly recommend that one. Next one up is from Paris Corner. This is Khair Pistachio. I absolutely love this fragrance. It is a clone of Kayali's Yum Gelato Pistachio. You get this ice cream type smell to it. You do get this like gelato creaminess that just radiates off the skin and projects beautifully. The sillage that this creates is just enamoring. It just, eyes roll into the back of my head every time I smell this one. It smells so damn good. It is a little bit more unisex, although I think the clone is easier to be pulled out by guys than the original one, because the original one has even more like a thickness to it. This one does come off a little bit mintier, fresher, which I enjoy, and it is a little bit easier for me to wear. Performance is amazing on this. Sometimes I wear this at night because it just kind of puts me in a good mood, and I can even smell it when I wake up the next day, no problem. Especially if you put it on clothes, you're gonna have no problem with performance here. If you're a guy that doesn't mind wearing like sweeter fragrances, if you're into like the 1 Millions, if you're into, you know, Invictus Victory Elixir, some of these like sweeter fragrances, which I am, this is definitely one that I think should be on your radar. I think you're gonna love the way it smells. It's a gourmand that doesn't lean too you know, gourmandy, I guess. I'm not usually a huge fan of gourmands. That was really dumb, but yeah, this one just works, guys. Gelato, pistachio, ice cream, just so freaking fire, man. Check this one out if you can. Next one up, Montblanc Individuel. This is a bit of a throwback. This used to be my signature scent. This is one of the first fragrances that I would rock as a kid all the time, and the ladies love this one. I have gotten many comments when wearing this one. It does kind of smell like Creed Original Santal, even though that this one came first, so you can't really technically call it a clone, but for purposes of the video I wanted to include it, so I'm calling it a clone even though it came out first. You get this fresh fabric softener type vibe, this like dryer sheet type smell. It has a little bit of spice to it, and it's got a nice raspberry fruitiness to it, but it's very minimal. It's not a fruity fragrance at all. It's mostly like a fresh, spicy type fragrance. And it's a little bit on the synthetic side, but that synthetic side of it doesn't smell cheap, and it helps it perform as well. So this is just a perfect all-around fragrance for the daytime. And will have you smelling pretty different than what's typically out there. This one came out a while ago, but it still works really well, and you can get it for a good price. If you see it at Ross, I think it's certainly worth adding to your collection, even just to try to see if you like the way it smells. It's done wonders for me over the years. Montblanc Individuel, love that one. Always have and always will. Next one up, you knew I had to include a Banana Republic or I was going to hear it in the chat, so here it is. This is Metal Rain, the one that we're going with for today's video. This is a clone of Silver Mountain Water from Creed, and you get a little bit of like the Metal Seam Imperial saltiness in there as well. So it's not all the way 100% Silver Mountain Water, but I'd say like 80% Silver Mountain Water, maybe 20% Metal Seam Imperial. You can get this one also for a good price. You know, I love these fragrances from this line. I like this bottle color. It does stand out a little bit from what you typically see with like a blue or a black color or something like that. So perfect daytime wear. It's got this like saltiness to it. It's got a little bit of this inkiness, and it's got a little bit of like this tea vibe going on as well. So very alluring stuff, fresh, and can be dressed up or down. Works pretty much every situation, pretty versatile, and a nice different kind of scent profile, DNA, freshy, not like your typical blue or like a typical woody aromatic that so many other fragrances are. So Metal Rain from Banana Republic. Next one is the Hype Monster, and I've been guilty of it, but it has worked so well for me. I got to include it. This is L Immortal, clone of Louis Vuitton L'Immensité. This thing is just a compliment magnet. I swear, every time I wear this, people stop me and they ask me what I'm wearing. I wear this one when I'm DJing out, doing gigs all the time, and it lasts from the beginning of my set to the end, which is usually like a 4-hour set that I play, and it usually gets pretty hot, so fragrances wear off, but not this one. This one lasts the whole time, and even to the after party, if there is one, this thing still works. It's a perfect daily driver. If you're looking for something that you can just spray on in the morning and last throughout the day, and you don't have to worry about respraying it, and you don't have to worry about, you know, the projection coming down, this is a great one. And it's the Ambroxan that really like kind of pumps it off your skin all day. It's got a ginger note that adds a little bit of spiciness to it. It's got the Ambroxan in the base, and it's got some citruses. It's not the most complex fragrance, but sometimes simple is better. And this one will definitely work for you if you're just looking for a workhorse fresh fragrance that people are going to enjoy the way you smell around you. L Immortal, it's a great one. All right, last one up. I was thinking about putting Missoni Wave in here, but that one in my mind is more of a summertime fragrance. This one is also a summertime fragrance, but I like to change it up. Just don't want to talk about the same fragrances over and over. I think that gets really boring for the viewer. So I changed it up and I went with Abercrombie and Fitch Away. This is, I guess, kind of a clone of YSL the Eau de Toilette. It does have that sparkling, effervescent freshness. It does have that cleanliness. It does have that like touch of sweetness that you find in the Y DNA, and it does have also more of like an aquatic nature going on here with like a C note type DNA. Really enjoy this one. I think it gets overlooked a lot because it is an Abercrombie fragrance, but the quality here smells a lot better than what you would expect with an Abercrombie fragrance. You know, you think about those mall fragrances and you don't always think the highest of quality, right? But this one is very solid. You can see the dent. I've got a good amount of use out of this one. It's a really great fresh daily wear, maybe more so for the younger crowd. But if you enjoy the Y, EDT, DNA, if you like Missoni Wave, this kind of harkens to those scent profiles with its own little twist. And yeah, just a nice little fun, great smelling fragrance, kind of soapy, not overly complex, but I really enjoy it, and I think you will as well if you have a similar taste. Abercrombie and Fitch away. All right, that is the 10 clones that I want to be talking about today. Hope you enjoyed the video. Let me know down below, what is a clone fragrance that you're looking forward to wearing this spring. I'd love to hear about it. If you enjoy the recommendations, go ahead and hit that like and subscribe button. I appreciate it. Join the fraternity, join the brotherhood of the best smelling people in America and the world here at the Fragrance Fraternity. Take care, guys. Be well. I'll catch you on the next one. Peace out.